Welcome back, everyone, to Stride Esports and our Spring 2023 Rocket League Central and Western Week number 5 now ready to go underway, and we got a spicy one right now. It is a rematch of last season's grand final. This is Colorado versus Washington.
Indeed, it is. The West was a battle between two very big behemoths in the Western region in the fall, and it was Washington and it was Colorado duking it out in that grand finals. But Washington actually swept them. They swept Colorado 4-0 in the final best of 7 of the season. So I'm hoping Colorado recovers from that, because right now this is kind of a battle for your cementing yourself in the top 3.
For the most part, their season was looking good. They were getting through every team they needed to, but one team stood up to them, and that was a team that was not normally in their division. Now that we have the Central and Western regions together, already fighting one of the Titans in Indiana, Colorado has fallen to that team. So this is a tough strength of schedule to immediately follow it up with your rematch of the finals. Man.
It hurts a little bit, Colorado, but you have to be able to beat Washington and Indiana if you're going to make it to the grand finals. And that's where all these players want to be. They don't want to be playing for 3rd place, obviously, until they have to play for 3rd place, in which case they'll play for it. But you want to be in that top 2 spot and to take the entire region. Colorado, they have to exercise their demons, their Washington Virtual Academy demons, and get a little bit of revenge. But if you are the Orcas, you need this win. Washington started out late. I don't know. I think it was they got signed up later or something, but they're only 2-0 right now. They will have 2 fewer weeks to play than everyone else in their division, so they still have to be on the top of their game.
And I do want to say they haven't been looking as impenetrable as they have before.
Right.
Texas Virtual Academy at Hallsville did slug it out with them quite a bit in their last series, even took a game off of them. So our defending Western champions not looking as mighty as before, maybe someone looking to take over the throne.
Well, hold on. T-Vise is a very good team, and I think if I were to pick a swath of teams that could take a game off of Washington Virtual Academy, I think the Texas Virtual Academy would be one of them. So this is the real test right here for Washington. Are you still that same dominant, blazing Orcas team /Orcas champion army that you were in the fall? And can you prove that against one of the top teams in this region? Because if Washington wins this game, then they'll send Colorado 3-2 and end up taking that third place spot in the CW region. So it's big, and then it becomes even bigger once we get to Indiana. So this is kind of the first litmus test for this Washington team.
And it's just it's a big morale thing too. If Colorado would be able to take this against Washington, to get that redemption against someone who took you down before in that finals, that would absolutely feel great. I mean, there's a lot of things that our teams are trying to accomplish here. You know, winning is a big one, but I do want to throw it out there that like, it should be a secondary thing, in all honesty, because you should be coming into these seasons looking to improve, looking to get better, looking to establish yourself as a player and keep that growth going. And that's why a lot of these high school and collegiate leagues are so great, because we get to see that growth, and we even get to see it season to season as you know, we're in spring right now, winter right now, I should say, kind of the spring for schools as they play through. I got to be clear on that, but seeing it season to season, and we get to see the rematches and see how that growth has been coming through.
It is. It's so easy to get lost in the big matchups where both teams have really good shots at winning, and then forget about the part where you should be having fun playing esports with your high school buddies and seeing what you can accomplish on the pitch, whether it be winning or losing, where you place. It doesn't really matter as long as you're having a good time and improving your character as a person and as a player. And that's what Stride is here for. And I think we've done a decent job of accomplishing that. I always see people in Twitch chat having a lot of fun, and in game chat having a lot of fun. It's just a good environment here. I'm so happy all these players have decided to join us for another semester of fun.
And in our battle in the West, I mean, you already talked about Twitch chat. I want to see that support in Twitch chat. I've been slipping up a little bit. I haven't been asking enough. I gotta up my game again and get you guys going. So start shouting out the teams you want to win. Are you rooting for Washington, or are you rooting for Colorado? You know, the players do see this, and it does motivate them. It does hype them up quite a bit to know that there's someone out there giving them the root.
Right. I mean, that always gives you a little adrenaline boost, and it helps you in a game like Rocket League where you have to be so precise and so confident and so locked in, focused to get the perfect touch on the ball or the car or whatever it is. So seeing the support. I mean, Rithium's in chat right now, so Rithium's gonna see it if you're cheering for him. So we'll see what the fans are feeling like. But we're waiting just a second. We're getting word that Washington Virtual Academy is actually missing a player right now, and if they don't join in time, then it'll be a 2v3, which would make things very, very spicy for this final match of the day. But we'll see what happens there. Just something to keep your eye on.
We've had 2v3s in the past. I'm trying to remember. There was one that had a good holdout despite it being a 2v3. I think it was one of the Texas teams. Made for an interesting scenario there, but that is tough. You don't want that disadvantage. It pretty much forces you onto the defensive for almost the entirety of the game, being down a man.
Yep, and you have to focus on transition offense. So that's really the only way to score, because you're not going to be able to have that same midfield presence as you would with an extra player in rotation, trying to figure out where your opposition is trying to go with the ball in order to escape into your half. So it changes the whole complexion of the series, and it'll be I want to see it happen, which hopefully soon Washington comes, and hopefully they can get that third player here just in the first place, so we can have the full two juggernauts going at it. But a 2v3 would be quite an interesting one.
I mean, it would be very, very unfortunate, because then even if Colorado does win, it takes out some of that luster of what could be a very well-deserved victory against old finals rival. You know, you want both of these teams, their full firepower, to be able to have these moments like right now. And as I said, it is a rematch of the final, so we want both teams here.
Yes, we do, and we want to see Colorado get I think at least a game, because for Colorado, you're coming into this series probably, well, hopefully not remembering the positives from that, but you want to start at the base, the foundation of where you potentially improve from, and that is getting that first game, and then from there you build upon those first games and the advantages you can get for yourself in this series. And then, I mean, it's best of five, it's a little shorter than that grand finals was, but you got to start by building on the positives and see if we can go from there.
All right, we will get a little bit more information in just a second. I think there's more difficulties going on. Okay, we won't be going to game in just a moment. We're still going to be solving what's going on Washington side. But we will get this game going soon as those technical difficulties do get worked through. I mean, that's one of the problems that we have every now and then. Obviously, you know, you're going to have different computers, different machines in different places, different computer labs. Yep. Sometimes you get those problems. It's part of the nature of having things in what we call the online environment instead of LAN.
Right, and it's even if it is online or in LAN's also plenty prone to issues. It's just the matter of dealing with esports. It's not as simple as put a ball in the field with 10 other people and you've got yourself a match. It's all kinds of connections and controller issues, keyboard issues, and communications issues. Very, very fun, the world of esports that we live in, and that's part of where we're at right now.
Yeah, we're still getting this solved right now. You never know what's going to go on. I've had my share of competitive tournaments within League of Legends, and we've had moments where, more specifically, our mid laner just couldn't show up because he lived in North Carolina, had a very weak internet connection because he would tend to use his cell phone to use internet, and sometimes it would just completely cut out. Like, it happens, and it is what it is. We will get that sorted out over on Washington side, but for the moment, we are going to take a moment to throw over to break. So be sure to stay tuned because we will get that matchup of Colorado versus Washington when we come back. Hiccups have been solved. We took a big glass of water, and now we are finally on the field. Due to some late issues coming out from Washington, they have conceded 2 goals over to Colorado and still playing down a player. So Colorado right now taking the lead, but we are on the field.
Whatever works. I mean, it's only a 2-goal deficit, I suppose, for Washington. Is Colorado did not run up the score while it was a 3v0 on the field. So 90 seconds left, and Washington could do something here, but they have not had much time spent on the offensive end. Just too speedy right now is Colorado. So they're sticking with keeping possession out of the hands of Washington, and once it does escape, then that near post defense actually solid so far. Until that's a cough out of a shot, and Harun Boone slams it home.
That's exactly what you had said during the pregame, Mr. Bebic. You said when you're down a man, you need good transitional offense, and that's exactly what Washington did right there.
Fair enough. Nailed the shot, too. I mean, perfect transition. And now, a 2-1 game, and we see Colorado playing a bit slower, trying to take advantage of that extra player they've got on the field right now and translate that into maybe an opportunity on net. But we just got a third player joining the lobby. I'm noticing the top left corner, so maybe we got ourselves a 3v3 with a minute left. Down 1 is Washington.
What a way to start off. A little bit awkward, but we finally have things running the way they should be. Pushing into the territory of Washington's going to be Colorado, but backing up for the ball right now. Pass back, Rithium on the receiving end. We'll have to battle it out. Taking it high will be a member of Washington. DJW staying there onto the defense as Inception catches it over onto the corner. Rithium will still wrestle control right back over to Colorado with 30 seconds left on the clock, looking for the next shot.
Great time wasting by Colorado.
Ooh.
And translates to an opportunity on net as well. Almost a second one. Harun Boone redirected that shot into the corner though. And now transition is on. Blazer battle in a 1v1. Spectrality. The ball popped over him. Crossbar denies. The rebound is good. Harun Boone ties us up.
And look at the very bumper. Beautiful. Harun Boone, Washington. I mean, you started the game with the deficit. You didn't really get to the field until the game already said 2-0. And to come back this quickly, Washington, how momentous is this? And they might even put the closing statement on it. They got it right in front of the goal. To the skies it'll go, but instead will be sent to overtime.
Weird game so far. Weird game. But Washington finds a way somehow to stay up in front, but off kickoff, Rithium is stopped by Blazer Battle, and now Inception down the field. Blazer Battle redirecting it hard off the back wall. Harun Boone wanted the hat trick game winner, but is stopped by Spectrality. The Colorado have to stop the lead, and they have to find a way out and a way to end this game without dropping it.
Oh, Washington, maybe they should have stayed off the field until the last 30 seconds to turn this game on. What a performance, what a comeback, and right now in overtime, they're looking to close out. Blazer takes a shot, but gets blocked over to the side. Inception pinches it on the corner, and Blazer looks for the setup right back. Spectral T will be there to try and kick the ball out of the net, but ooh, Washington is not letting up on this offense anytime soon.
Oh, maybe they are.
No way!
Spectrality puts in the open net, and Washington didn't exactly let up by choice. That was more of an overcommitment in offense that leads to them letting up and letting in the game winner. Okay, they made a sweat. Whew. But Colorado will take it as predicted, as we entered this game and obviously anticipated. Colorado will take that first game, but man, that was weird. I kind of want to just scratch that one from memory and move on to game 2 already. Yeah, I'm with you right there, because there's really nothing to take away from that except that Washington can score very, very quickly, and that Colorado has to find a way to stifle those opportunities in the infield, because Harun Boone is a striker by the definition of it, has been since the beginning of last season, is a huge reason for Washington Virtual Academy's success, and you have to find a way to get in between Harun Boone's car and the net when they're about to take a shot. Yeah, Harun Boone is an absolute beast, because I mean, Washington came into this down a man and they still got a goal in because of Harun Boone. That is how good this player can be. That being said, though, it was still Colorado's dub. 3 of those gold all found by Spectrality. I got to get used to saying that name now, because new name in there for Colorado. Haven't seen this before, and now getting introduced to this player and what they mean for the dynamic of the team. Indeed, I think it was normally Cookie Kappa last season playing for Colorado, and now Spectrality on the pitch, and they did look really good as I pressed the wrong button there, but game 2 underway, and Washington already taking a shot. Their offense is not slowed down.
Yeah, here we go. Rithium. Ooh, biding time. ZJW will be the one to take it over to the side, but it's Washington who are still controlling the ball for this offense. Blocked away. Colorado will not allow it to send home, but there is Haroon Boone. As you said, ever so deadly he can be. Drive coming out for Colorado gets sent right back. ZJW will take to the skies, though, looking for a shot. Off the double tap, ZJW scores.
That was a pretty play. ZJW had all kinds of boost and had the air all to themselves. Beat Blazer Battle there, knew how much space they had, even when they fell to the ground. And that shot was perfect, on target, no one left to beat. Colorado starting off this game exactly how they needed to.
So Colorado going to take that first point, and well deserved this time. They're continuing with the offense, having an opportunity, but not quite getting in there. Rithium lacking the boost to do too much work. Now Washington will drive it forward on the offense.
Colorado's playing it slow, though, and that's the wrong decision, sadly. Haroon Boone allowed to shoot, and that was the big thing we said Washington Virtual Academy should not be allowed to do.
Now Haroon, nice tap right into the corner, and we'll tie up this game. Back to the kickoff now. Did get some news. Cookie Kappa is in chat right now, still plays. Spectrality is part of the team.
The back wall, ZJW to shoot. It's short, hops up that bottom ramp, and so we slow down tremendously in offense for Colorado. Washington allowed to transition out. Great teamwork there in the infield. Inception receiving a pass and didn't completely win the offense. Found a demo at the very least. Doesn't matter though. ZJW skies the shot. That was still a great look for Colorado. If they get more chances like that, then they'll find themselves in the lead sooner rather than later.
Quite the slip up right there for ZJW. Almost had it dead center, but takes it to the skies and gonna miss an opportunity for a goal for Colorado, but still continuing with the offense. Now Haroon Boone has possession and goes for the aerial. Spectrality over onto the side, finds the pass. Inception, pass back. Blazer gets stolen from. Driving forward will be Colorado. Rithium on the angle. ZJW will deliver.
ZJW again, just in the face of Washington Virtual Academy, takes it coast to coast once more. Inception, a tough bounce off the back wall, maybe leaving that for Haroon Boone, but not realizing that ZJW is breathing down their neck. That's great transition offense again for Colorado. We're talking that Washington might have to be the team that's transitioning successfully with a player down. That ended up not being the case. Instead, Colorado's the squad moving up down the field with pace and accuracy.
This is feeling well-deserved and well-earned for Colorado in the performance they've been putting on so far. Spectrality is able to catch the ball, but already the offense coming through, tries to get the punch. The block is beautiful from Colorado. ZJW now transitioning onto the offense. Spectrality punches over the top, passes to ZJW, but doesn't quite align the block from Inception.
Oh, Washington's getting spread out defensively, and they'll recover, of course, because it's OHVA, but their escape from defense is denied by Spectrality. Cookie Kappa in chat saying that Spectrality is very, very good player. Cookie Kappa is still in the starting lineup, so those of you not reading Twitch chat, there's your Kodka update, but Spectrality doing a fine job, though. It's Rithium putting in the third goal, and again, it's just kind of a nuisance play, waiting for Washington to kind of make a mistake.
Yeah, that far shot into the corner. Haroon Boone looks for the recovery, doesn't realize Rithium stayed on that ball and followed it through into the goal. And now Colorado has a 2-point lead. About to send us to match point very soon. 2 minutes still on the clock for Washington to cook.
Crazy that right now Colorado is up by 2 goals against Washington Virtual Academy. Game 1 was weird, and they seem to have recovered from the odd start to this series. 3 goals in Game 2 here is a solid beginning to their path to victory against Washington Virtual Academy. I'm still not going to be sold that it'll be a sweep, not confident that it'll be a sweep, because I have a feeling Washington will start to come back eventually, but Colorado put themselves in a great position to take this series. They just have to close it out.
Spectrality finds a block. Blazer catches the ball on the rebound, has to contest with Rithium, will lose out as Colorado has Spectrality leading the ball through. Haroon Boone looks to run interference. Over the top, the ball will rise. DJW, max boost, waits the ball. Haroon Boone pushes forward and now has to chase the ball. Spectrality is there to find a block, though. Another shot comes in, and ZJW, far it will be, but there is an opportunity, and it is seized.
Wow, ZJW just, again, went coast to coast. The first touch off the goal line, and then realized Harun Boone was collecting boost pads, anticipating ZJW to go to the corner right there. And it's just a simple pop and stop. You're up 4-1, Kodka. Fair play.
All right, Colorado. They lost out in the finals to Washington, and now they want to find the revenge, and this is how you do it. Game 2, 4-1, 3-point lead. Minute still on the clock. Inception will punch it over towards Colorado, but Rithium catches the ball, sends it over into the midfield towards the skies. Harun Boone looks to try and catch it, but will not let go of the ball. Colorado still on the offensive end right here. CJW looks for the shot, sends it back to Spectrality, who sends it to Rithium. Block to be found by Harun Boone.
The transition out. Washington has to get something going very, very soon, but Kodka is meeting every single potential attack from the Blazing Orcas with clear. It's right over that midfield line again, and Washington has had a tough time setting up offense in this second game. They've been hard-pressed. I mean, they found 7 shots, yes, but they've been hard-pressed to find real quality looks on target. Colorado is crashing the box when they need to, blocking up the shooting lanes, and they're going to be up 2-0 against Washington Virtual Academy.
The ball comes down. Match point for Colorado. We'll take it 2-0. As you said, a very weird game number 1, but game number 2, it showed so much for Colorado and what they've been developing. And even with this new player, Spectrality, she's been doing quite well to really bolster this squad in their performance.
I mean, 3 saves in that last game. Colorado's defense was solid. I said that Washington Virtual Academy was having a tough time getting quality looks, and that was, I'm going to retract that just a little bit. They could have had more quality looks on target, but the defense of Colorado was really good, especially in the midfield. After they would find that initial save, it'd be Colorado transitioning out very quickly and putting pressure right back on their opponent. A big reason why they had 9 shots of their own and turned in almost half of them.
And I will say, I am starting to become a pretty big ZJW fan. Some of those plays were very spicy.
Yeah.
ZJW, some of the reads he's able to do on defense, able to break through defenders like a hot knife through butter to get that goal in, and was able to get it 3 times in a row.
I mean, were all 3 of ZJW's goals in that game transition goals? At least 2 of them were.
I know at least 2 of them were, but I'm not sure about the final one. I'm not sure. I don't have the instant replay memory.
Well, we're getting into game 3, so the instant replay, I don't remember. Unfortunately, my brain has...
This is where we bully production.
Thwarted me, yeah. we need statisticians. We need something like that to give us all kinds of info. But Colorado, starting off again, fast-paced. They are right into that orange box, forcing Washington Virtual Academy to defend very well. And they will get out of there. 3 demos in the midfield don't know what just happened there, but Colorado's about to score, and the ball's just in the Washington box. Their transitions are deadly.
We're not playing Rocket League, we're playing Super Smash Brothers. We got demos all over the place. Oh, this has turned into outright PvP, but finally some semblance of civility now gracing the field as we'll get back to playing Rocket League. Getting the ball right now is going to be Rithium. Drive through, Inception off the back end. Harun Boone is there to send it over towards Colorado, but Inception backs up for that boost, rotates back in, has to challenge through with Spectrality, who will take it right over the top. Great contest there, and Rithium on the drive. Not continue the punch, but ZJW will. Ooh, gets blocked by 2. Washington, Spectrality. High knock. Close to lining it up for the goal, but not quite there.
No, but it's still pressure, and Washington have to start an offensive soon. This is a good way of doing it, putting the ball up into the air, where they are very good at playing this game of Rocket League, though. It's taken straight back to the ground and then to the ceiling again, but this time Rithium has full control, down to Spectrality, who unfortunately backflips as there was a lot of defense staring them down in the orange box. So we'll stay level for now, but Colorado still with the bulk of the opportunity in this game, but Washington starting to find more counterattacks, seeing what they can do on the Colorado end of the field.
Yeah, the Orcas are starting to come alive right now. They just need to get alive on the scoreboard, find themselves a goal. Still 3 minutes left on the clock for Washington to work and try and get that reality. Inception, not from a lack of trying, will punch it over towards the corner, backs up to go collect more boosts. So Haroon Boone gets on the offense right now, has to contest with ZJW. And with the spicier players right now, instead, it'll be the new kid on the block, Spectrality, going for a shot. Takes it over the top, will not be able to sink it in, but Haroon Boone trying to seize the opportunity. ZJW says no.
Oh, ZJW says more than just no. We're going to pop it into the box again. It's a dangerous ball that Washington has to deal with and waste a lot of boost dealing with as well. That's another thing that Colorado is doing very, very well. They're forcing double commits. They're forcing aerial plays around the orange net. And that wastes boost, stunts the counterattacks that Washington's trying to put on. And eventually, if Colorado can keep this up, find themselves a lead, then they'll be in a very, very good spot. I say very, very, because Colorado's playing so well at the moment. But if they can keep putting Washington in difficult positions, it's like they're playing Rocket League in hard mode, Washington is, while Colorado's down easy street.
And Colorado gonna press the gas pedal right down that street to try and get a goal, but unfortunately, a little bit of construction going on. Washington will block them away and try and take an offense of their own. Inception catches the ball into midfield. Pass is over, but CJW will catch that pass and send it towards Washington. Getting sent to the respawn. Blazer will find that demo onto ZJW, but now Spectrality still very much eyeballing this game. We're scoreless so far, and that might change because Inception gets it right on the corner.
Nice shot, glances off the post and falls through. Just one mistake is all it takes sometimes. Washington hunting for that moment. And once you present it with the moment, you can't just sit there and watch it happen for you. You have to hit the shot or make the pass or whatever the play is that you have to get done. It has to happen. And that's what Inception just did. And Colorado trying to counter right back, but couldn't quite get it to go.
All right. 1 minute on the clock, and Washington can begin their arc towards a reverse sweep. It'll be a long one, but they're already their first foot forward. They got to put the defense on and stop Colorado from scoring. Colorado will not stop right now. ZJW is already looking, but so is Washington. They almost get a moment set up. ZJW will contest on the aerial. Can't quite get the ball. Max boost to work with for Spectrality. Passes over to ZJW. Rithium on the back end. Tries to catch it in the midfield. Doesn't have much boost right now, so instead, Colorado will have to back off.
Shoko now in the game. I didn't notice a substitution in between games, but Shoko in for Blazer Battle and doing a good job so far, but now a counterattack for Colorado, slowed down by Inception. Now over two more. Is that everybody? Inception with an open net, and I think we'll be seeing a game 4 here in this battle of the Titans.
Yeah, it's going to be a series this time as Washington, they found their momentum. They denied every single goal that Colorado attempted and found 2 of their own. 10 seconds left on this clock. Washington, they're beginning the reverse sweep.
The solid start holding Colorado to 0 goals here after they put up 7 in the first 2 games. And Inception going to save that ball. It's going in, but it didn't need to. Going to get us to the end of game 3. And going into game 4 now, Washington with momentum.
Momentum off of that game. We did get that substitution that came in. Shoko able to hop in. In the previous game, we did have Blazer Battle, as you had mentioned a little bit earlier. But all that being said, it was Inception who was getting on the board the most. Inception who was able to get those saves, got all the shots that Washington attempted, and 2 of those getting sunk in.
Yeah, and that was solid efficiency from Washington. Inception, it wasn't an avalanche of pressure. It was just Washington biding their time, waiting for their moment to hit, and they've got the talent to hit for sure. So Colorado's got to make sure they're not giving those openings again, and then in offense, hitting their shots as well, because, yes, the defense of Washington really stepped up there, found a lot of good saves, but there were a couple moments where the ball was kind of in the middle of the Washington box, and Colorado maybe get more aggressive in that moment, moment. It's a risk you have to take eventually, especially with Washington starting to gain a bit more steam.
So step 1 completed now for Washington. You need step 2 and step 3, and those mean get dubs to be able to take this series and finish that reverse sweep. As we head into our next game, we'll see if Washington can take us to that very, very brilliant game number 5 and really get things slugging away. I mean, this is one of the more hyped regions for a reason. I've always loved the Western region in the matches it's brought. You know, this is kind of that Western classic, even with our regions being merged, and it's not letting down.
No, it's not. And all right, 11 seconds in, Haran Boone with the initial strike of the game. Went from just, what, 3 shots in the last game, 4 shots in the last game for Washington, and already won in the first 11.
Ooh, Haran Boone will score in the first 11 seconds. Washington on the board, and I believe there might be a substitution coming in. What's... Ooh.
An entire team, DC.
Yeah. Interesting little scenario right here. Okay, we will figure out what is going on in the meanwhile. Interesting. It's a shame. It's a shame. We keep having a pretty hyped up series. Like every time these teams hit the field, it's getting pretty intense here, but and it's a little bit brutal when the technical difficulties get in the way.
Definitely, it hurts to see momentum broken up over and over again in this series. We're looking so forward to. I think this is in regards to the mid-game substitution with Shoko joining in mid-game, and so that's up to the admins to hash that out. And so we'll get that ruling and whatever comes of that. But this has been a very fun series so far with the gameplay that we've seen on the field, with both sides really going at it. The defenses have stepped up, the offenses have stepped up, trying to counter one another, and it's been an impressive display of Rocket League.
Yeah, that's a shame. So I did see that Blazer was in at the start of that game, so that was in the middle of a kickoff. That's why that kind of caught us off guard. So yeah, definitely something for the admins to have to deal with right here, which is incredibly unfortunate because this is not the way we want that game to end. You know, these players are incredibly talented. You know, they bring us some of the best Rocket League that we've been seeing all season, but just not this way, man. This is unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, but you know, fortunately, we've got plenty of regular season left to go. So whatever does end up happening with this series isn't going to have a huge impact later on down the road. There's still time for both these teams to hold their fate in their hands and get their proper seedings. So benefit of being early on in the series. And so I think that's the end, SRX.
Yeah, that is the end right there. We got the official ruling coming in that Washington, because of the substitution, forfeits game number 3. So this is now a 3-0 for Colorado as they'll improve in the regular season. Now, hats off to them. Congratulations to them. They did fight a very well-fought game when we did have the 3v3s going on. Unfortunate that things kind of ended up this way. You know, it is what it is. I don't hold any ill feelings towards Washington. You know, these hiccups happen. We make mistakes. They're still an incredible team who have a lot of potential. They're last season's champions, but you know, it happens. Colorado will take the dub, and feel pretty good about that, especially since we got to see a new player for Colorado in Spectrality and what she was able to bring for the squad.
Absolutely. She looked great for being a substitution in place of Cookie Camp. I'm very excited to see this depth of Colorado going forward. And if they decide to play with the starting lineup at all, or if they just have multiple starting lineups, I don't know. I really enjoy 4-player rosters that shift in and out. It's one of my kind of nerd moments, especially in the RLCS when rosters have 4-player rosters. It's a lot of fun for me, nerd moment.
Yeah, I love those multi-man bench teams. But let's pull up our weekly schedule to just conclude the rest of the day. Of course, Mondays we'll have League of Legends. Tuesdays we'll bring chess. Wednesdays is for Fortnite. Thursdays, that was today. That was Rocket League. And you can tune in tomorrow if you're a fan of Valorant. But for the casting desk, my name has been Desirix. This over here was Mr. Bebic. We want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. Of course, all the students, all the teachers, all the staff, and everyone who runs this production as well. Of course, our great observer, Rhino. We will see you next time on Stride Esports.